special seminar which is given by our very dear member of Shakti, an esteemed member of Sharda Shakti, a national Shakti, Dr. Manisha Khalatkar. She is by name, we know her very well, which is given by our very dear member of Shakti, an esteemed member of Sharda. I think it's echoing my voice from somewhere. Dr. Manisha Khalatkar. She is by name, we know her very well. If someone can mute, I think. Okay. An esteemed member of I think it's echoing my voice from somewhere. Dr. Manisha Khalatkar. Okay, I would request everyone to mute for some time when I start. Okay.
Okay, actually, this is the YouTube is doing. Okay, okay.
Oh, you are running the YouTube then.
Yes.
Sorry about the interruption. So let me start again. We are very fortunate to have with us Professor Dr. Manisha Khalatkar, where we are now going to, it's a special seminar, and I'm very lucky to have, to be hosting it here for the Vijnanika Shakti children, and happen to be for the children, but since like we did spread this news, so everyone from Kolkata Nivedita Shakti, from National Shakti, they also want to listen to Dr. Khalatkar. So we have now a varied group of audience here, starting not from only small children, but of course of our age, a bit older age, and so on. So I requested actually Dr. Manisha to make her presentation for the small girls, but now of course we are very novice, so make it like a small girl, that way we will understand much more. So without wasting more time, I would like to request Dr. Rita Bhattacharya, who is Vice President of National Shakti currently, and by profession she is an Indologist, and we all know that she is our dear member of Kolkata Nivedita Shakti. So I'd like to request Dr. Rita Bhattacharya to give a brief introduction on Professor Manisha Khalatkar, and then we can start her presentation. And we are very eager to listen to her. Over to Dr. Bhattacharya.
Thank you, Anuja. Welcome, Manisha ji, to our Kolkata Nivedita Shakti, Vijnanika Shakti platform. It is really honor to our children, not only to our children, to us also. We have heard many times about this Swayam. Today we will listen to it, because regarding the Swayam, we have seen it in this Wikipedia also. So it is so famous. Let me introduce, I'm really happy to introduce you. I feel honored. You are Dr. Manisha Yogesh Khalatkar. You stay in Pune. You are the Pune Shakti member, and you are one of the very strong member of Shakti. College of Engineering, Javatmal, Maharashtra. You are working there as Associate Professor of Chemistry. 25 years, your teaching experience and research experience are more than 3 years of the teaching experience. That is, your research experience is 28 years. So you are now acted as Head Applied Science Department, and that is also for last 14 years. You did BSc in chemistry, you got first class, you did MSc, and there also you got the first class with distinction and UAP, and you did PhD in 1997. So you have done a lot. You are a very good speaker too. I have got your very long this one CV. But for our children, their kids, to understand, for their understanding, I'm telling you are a very good speaker because you have delivered TEDx talk on the Swayam success story of teamwork at NIT Raipur. That is on 2017, you did it. And you are a very recognized supervisor. That means what we can tell our students, Madam is not only a good speaker, Madam is a very good teacher too. And another thing, Madam is doing research. Already I told you that more than 28 years, she is doing so many research in so many fields. And you can understand, if you can understand the monetary way, research grant till today, she got more than 80 lakhs. That means she is a very good researcher. Government and different institutes, they are giving the research grant, especially ISRO for this Swayam research. And it is a very famous research. And she has completed this Swayam research in this ISRO from, she started in 2007 July and completed by 2016 January. And now she is doing another one, DRDO project also. And now her research project in ISRO is also going on. Now we will listen from Madam Manisha Yogesh Kalatkar, because she is a very good orator, she is a very good speaker, she is a very good teacher, she is a very good motivator. We are eagerly waiting to listen to Manisha ji.
Thank you so much, Rita ma'am. That was a long introduction. Thanks for it. And thank you, KNS and Vijnanika, for inviting me for this talk. Let's begin. Can you all see this? Can you all see the screen?
Yes,
Fine.
yes.
Yes, it has come.
What you see in front of you is the title. On left top, we have COEP logo. Why? Because COEP student, College of Engineering Pune students, who you can see in the lower pictures, have made this satellite. On my left, you can see a stone structure like what you see in movies. This is College of Engineering Pune, founded in 1854. So this institute is about 170 years old. So it looks like something out of Harry Potter movie. This is the newly restored main building. And still the students are bringing us laurels and we are doing great. On my right here, you can see the cursor. This is fabricated Swayam satellite. How big was it? It was only of a chalk box size, 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter cube. So exactly it was of the size of a chalk box, and completely autonomous satellite goes around Earth's surface. It revolves around Earth's surface in polar orbit. That means it traverses a path from North Pole to South Pole and back. At what speed? The speed is so high that in one day, 24 hours, it completes 11 revolutions around Earth. That is the speed. And it is completely autonomous system, means once the satellite is subjected into space, we have no control over the satellite. It has to function on its own. It has to survive in space on its own. So a small system like a chalk box size has to perform all its functions by itself. So it's a completely autonomous satellite. Students chose an innovative project. Just we were discussing in astronomy club what all we can do. There was a request from IIT Bombay students. Can you serve as our ground station? Each satellite should have a parent ground station and another ground station to communicate with. So, IIT Bombay students wanted a ground station which is close by with which they can communicate. So, this request came. When we started discussions, it was thought that we can provide the ground station, no doubt. But can we not make our own satellite like IIT Bombay? So, with that, the mission began. But a mission like making a satellite requires a long time. Fabrication of a satellite requires skill set from different engineering domains. And that's why it is a student-driven, interdisciplinary, undergraduate research project which is assisted by faculty. Faculty like me who were interested in working closely with the students. So we began. And this is what happened on 22nd June 2016. This is a flyer made by ISRO for PSLV C34. You can see this. PSLV C34 is the mission name which took SWAYAM into space and launched it. For every launch, they make such flyers in which all the satellites which are going to be launched in that particular mission, a brief summary of their details is given to all. So in that mission, there were two student satellites, SWAYAM, which you can see here. The mass is less than 1 kg, and Satyabhama satellite. This was by SRM University students. That was 1.5 kg satellite. So these were two student satellites flown into space on board PSLV C34. How is it moving? Just now I said it is a polar orbit satellite. This is the blue orbit which SWAYAM traverses around Earth. This is the Earth surface. This is India, which you can locate. And here is location of Pune, or specifically College of Engineering, Pune. 4 passes. There are 11 passes, I told you, in one day, out of which 4 passes go over COEP. 2 were in the daytime, 2 were in the night time. So total 4 passes in which the satellite can communicate with ground station. That is COEP ground station. SWAYAM was launched on 22nd June 2016 into space at an orbit 515 kilometers away from the surface. It is called as altitude. This is the surface level, and this is 515 kilometers height from the surface. The inclination is 97 degrees. Who made this? These are some of the student leaders for every year starting from 2008-9. The mission started with these 3. Abhishek Baviskar, Mohit Karve, and Nishchay Matre. They had this idea, they made the team, they inducted more of the students into the team, and then the work began. But students on their own cannot make a satellite on their own. One, because it requires a long time, and their time is limited to 4 years on campus. So we need to have continuity in such long-term project, and that's why every year we have to induct new students. Second thing, it requires high-level technical inputs which comes from faculty members. Few of the faculty members involved are seen here. And it requires a lot of money. So money, permissions, and technical inputs are put by faculty. Efforts, fabrication, ideas come from students. And when we come close, work closely for a long time, a mission as tall as Swayam can be achieved. You can see 8, 9, 10, 2011, 12, 13. We had a structure where there was one project manager. So all these are project managers. Under them were subsystem heads, and under them were students working on the project. Every year, the team size was around 35 to 40 students, and from start to finish, there were total 176 students who were officially involved in Project Swayam. What were the challenges? The challenges were maximum weight permissible for the satellite was only 1 kilogram. If you can make a satellite weighing less than 1 kilogram, it is called as pico satellite. If it is exactly 1 kg or 1 to 1.5, it is called as nano satellite. Then you have bigger satellites as well. Total volume was restricted to 1000 cubic centimeters. Geometry, which was near cubic, 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter by 11.35. And it requires a great precision as the tolerance level is 0.1 millimeter. Means you can move away from these dimensions not more than 0.01 millimeter. And this satellite should perform all its function in limited power available only 2 watts, like a LED bulb. So there were many restrictions. Weight was one criteria, volume was another criteria, dimensions was third, and available power. These were the 4 major restrictions which this particular satellite has to conform to. Another challenge was, before we get a permission to fabricate satellite, was you should have a functional ground station. What do we mean by functional ground station? This was a communication satellite. Point-to-point communication was intended. That means if COEP is one ground station and ISRO itself, Sakamdabad, say, is another ground station, the ground station to ground station communication will happen through satellite. So this was two-way communication between two ground stations on Earth connected through satellite. This was the mission objective. Every satellite is built with some mission objective. So mission objective was point-to-point communication. What was special in this? To demonstrate use of passive stabilization. And I'm very proud to tell once this was successfully demonstrated by Swayam, ISRO said that now for all their satellites which are weighing less than 1 ton, they would use passive stabilization. So this mission is of great help not only for students who made it, but it's a great help to ISRO as well, who are using actively now passive stabilization for their small satellites. What was the mission objective? Scientific importance to demonstrate passive attitude control. I'll come to what is passive attitude control shortly. Utility is point-to-point communication in ham band. Earlier, I told you about point-to-point communication. Now, why to use ham band? Because for all amateur people, beginners, ham band comes for free. For all commercial users like mobile phone companies, it comes with a price. But for all students, but for all researchers, it comes for free. So using ham band makes it cheaper for anybody to make satellite. Fabricate pico satellite, and the mass which we decided was 990 grams, less than 1 kg. Dimensions, of course, were fixed 100 by 100 by 113.5. So with this, we started. What were the goals? Interdisciplinary knowledge. In next slide, I'll show you what were the subsystems required. And it requires domain knowledge from mechanical engineering, civil engineering, fabrication, electronics engineering. Computer is required on a large scale. So it requires multidisciplinary inputs. We have to maintain continuity in long-term project. The project started in late 2008 and the satellite got launched in 2016. 8 long years, 8 different groups of students worked on it. Whenever you are maintaining continuity in such long-term project, it is essential. Excuse me for a second. I'll come back. Hello, I'm back. I'm sorry for that. And we had to prepare a platform for future student satellite missions. We were not going to stop with one satellite, but we wanted to build a constellation of satellite into space, which can communicate with each other and institutionalize the culture of student-faculty cooperation for complex projects. Because faculty can act as a brain for the project and students will work as hands and legs, all the muscle power for the project. That was the idea with which we began. Whenever you are set for a long-term mission, it is essential that the effort is structured one. And for that, we started with a very fixed team structure. Faculty, team system engineers, project managers, and then all these are subsystems. Structure and thermal requires inputs from mechanical engineering. Power requires inputs from electrical engineering. RF system and ground station requires inputs from electronics and telecommunication. OC is onboard computer, so naturally it requires inputs in computer. Orbit dynamics and ACS. Orbit dynamics means how the satellite controls its own orbit, and ACS is attitude control system. So for that, system engineering is required, and each of the subsystem came with one coordinator and about 3 to 4 as per requirement. It kept changing. So overall, 40 people were involved per year in the project. Throughout the tenure from 2008 till 2018, even after completion of the mission, I was the faculty in charge. Then we had every year new student as project manager, admin, who will keep a control over all the budgets, and then 5 subsystem in charge and about 30 students who were working hands. Timeline. Late 2008, the project was initiated by a group of students. Then we approached the college management. They asked us to present our idea, budget required, and then we started with a meager budget of 3.5 lakh, which was to be consumed in about 1 to 1.5 years till we complete concept design. Once the concept design is ready, you have to go and present it to ISRO. It's raining very heavily and there is no power. Please let me know if the connection goes away. I'm using my own dongle and laptop is charged, so there should not be any problem. But it's raining very heavily outside, so I'm not very sure how the communication will go on. I'll go a little quickly from here. Uh, in 2010, concept design was ready. Then, first challenge was to complete ground station. We started with work on ground station. This ground station was complete in 2012, and because it was ready in 2012, we could go for preliminary design review. This is a stage after which you cannot change any parameters which are fixed by ISRO. So this is a stage which is very critical to any satellite mission. In 2014, qualification model was ready. Qualification model is as good as the satellite. We have to build exactly same satellite, 3 models. One is qual model, other is engineering model, and the third is flight model. Qual model, that is qualification model, undergoes lot of reviews, lot of rigorous testing, and once the tests are done, your satellite is given permission to make flight model. Make flight model, test flight model, keep the flight model in ISRO repository, and then whenever the right launch mission comes, the satellite is flown. This is the entire journey of fabrication to launching of a satellite. These are the subsystems. Here is how Swayam looked after fabrication. But what was there inside? This structure comes with power. No satellite can work without power. And this power is generated through solar cells. The black things which you see on the body of the satellite are solar cells. They are connected and the power generated is stored in these lithium ion batteries. Lithium ion batteries, everyone is versed with. Our cell phones also have lithium ion batteries. This power is utilized by different components on board. And onboard computer, here you can see a PCB of onboard computer. It takes up power from power subsystem and distributes power as per requirement to all other subsystems. Very important mission is two-way communication. So here you see communication subsystem, antennas which look like TV antenna, old TV antenna. Now we don't see these type of antennas. UHV frequency was used for this particular satellite. Half duplex communication is done. That means either you can hear somebody talking with you or you can talk with somebody. This is called as half duplex communication. Right now, using our mobile phones, we can listen and talk at the same time. But few years back, we had pagers. Pagers could just flash messages and you can message them back. Similarly, here, once you will hear a beep, which is half duplex communication. And another important thing is how attitude is controlled, how the altitude is controlled in space for the satellite. For that, we require attitude control system. This is how the inside looks. I talked about 4 lithium ion batteries. The blue things which you see here are the lithium ion batteries. These are 3 PCBs. One is power PCB, one is communication PCB, third is computer, that is onboard computer, OBC. This is communication antenna, the red thing. Attitude control. Now, I said the beauty of this satellite is it is passively controlled. Usually, satellites require active attitude control, which require very power thirsty electromagnets. These electromagnets consume power continuously and keep the satellite always aligned to the Earth's surface in a position which is favorable to communication. That is the function. That's why we require a particular orientation of the satellite. Now, we did not have that much power availability and we did not have that much kind of budget also to go for active attitude control. So we thought we have to do something different which will be cheaper and which is affordable within the power budget also. Not only monetarily, but power budget also. We all know from school level physics that Earth is by itself a magnet. And any magnet aligns itself in north-south direction. How this particular thing can be utilized is if you keep a pair of permanent magnets inside the satellite, which is aligned to north-south, the magnet inside the satellite will try to align itself towards Earth's magnetic field and you place your antenna in the same direction. So this red thing is the permanent magnet and parallel to it is the antenna. This simple trick played wonderfully and we were thinking that the satellite will stabilize in 8 to 10 days after launching, but the satellite got stabilized just in 2.5 days. How it was possible? If Earth's magnet pulls the satellite towards itself with a great force, there is a risk involved that your satellite will tumble even more. To reduce that, we use these hysteresis rods, which are in perpendicular direction to the direction of magnetic field. This damped the power of bar magnet and then the alignment became slowly towards the Earth's magnetic field. This is what is passive attitude control, aligning a satellite in a direction favorable to communication using a permanent magnet and hysteresis rods. This was power subsystem. What is the function? It had 4 lithium ion batteries. These are the 4 batteries. We had 6 faces to a cube. On each face, there were 2 solar cells, so total 12 solar cells. They generated power and the power was stored in lithium ion batteries. The satellite function utilized the power stored in lithium ion batteries. Average battery voltage was 4.3 volts. Onboard computer. What is the function of onboard computer? First function is antenna deployment. Antenna is wound around the body of the satellite and tied with nylon wire. There should be a flash of light which will convert, which will cut the nylon nichrome wire and deploy the antenna. Messaging, data acquisition, command handling, load protection. That means in high power mode, how to distribute power, and in low power mode, how to distribute power. Who gets priority? And this all requires a lot of high level computer programming. Entirely it was done by students. After the mission life is complete, you have to kill your satellite. Otherwise, there will be plenty of celestial bodies moving into space. So, each launch mission agency like ISRO or NASA make it compulsory that after your satellite life is over, you have to kill your satellite. So for that also we require computer program made which will kill the satellite or put the satellite to sleep. This is now the payload communication subsystem. We were using 16-byte forward error correction. Digital data transfer speed was 1200 bits per second. We use digital as well as analog signal for communication. Morse code beacon, which were used in
Ma'am, you're frozen.
Due to heavy rain and power cut, she has disconnected and she will come back very soon. In Pune, it is very heavy rain is going. It's a rain heavily.
Raining very heavily in the Mumbai side right now.
So wait few minutes, she will come back soon. Hope you all like this.
So, children, if you have any question, if you don't understand the meaning, very likely that you will not understand everything here. But she is trying to explain as simply as possible. But still, if you have any issues in understanding a few things, some of these terms you don't know, you can ask freely when she comes back online again. Talk. But this is a very unique students. They have worked together. They have made a satellite. Satellite, we know, as something which needs a big infrastructure to meet. So on the big government institutions like ISRO, and we know outside in US, NASA, some people, they are working on the satellites. But when few college students, they are working, they are making a satellite which is launched by ISRO. It's a matter of big pride for all of us. So do understand, try to understand what she's explaining. You don't ask her question. It's fine. She's very friendly and she will be able to answer you as much as possible in the future. So please stay online. Don't log out. She's back. How come the screen is still shared? I thought we could get this. Because I still have screen.
আরে কি হলো, ওনার এখানে বাজ পড়ছে আর বৃষ্টি হচ্ছে, তো উনি বলেই চলেছেন। আমি এখন ফোন করছি, উনি বলছেন হ্যাঁ আমি কথা বলছি। আমরা কার সাথে? মানে উনি ভেবেই চলেছেন, উনি বলে চলেছেন, কোনো কোয়েশ্চেন করছেন না, উনি বলে চলেছেন। আর উনি ডিসকানেক্টেড হয়ে গেছেন, বুঝতেও পারেননি।
হ্যাঁ, এটা হয় অনেক সময়, বুঝতে পারা যায় না।
হ্যাঁ,
এখানে তো দেখাচ্ছে যে ওনার স্ক্রিনটা শেয়ার করছে, সেটাও ঘুরে ঘুরে যাচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ, মানে উনি ওখানে বলে চলেছেন। ভাগ্যিস ফোন করলাম।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, very interesting one.
She called in and she said যে ওখানে
বাচ্চারা কি সুন্দর করেছে, that is the main thing. All the children, our children also do one day.
Yes, definitely. ওরা এই
Very nice
বয়সে
lecture. It
শুনতে
was
পাচ্ছে,
going on
দেখে
very well.
understand. Being so
Hello?
small kid.
Somehow disconnected because of heavy rain in Pune and power cut. And Manisha ji is talking. She thought she is talking.
Connected. She thought
Connected.
that she is connected.
I thought I'm connected. Just tell me till
Yes.
when you were with me.
It is
Communication
structure.
team.
We were actually the last slide. It was satellite structure we were explaining. That's where we started off. Just a minute. Structure subsystem and then the slide afterwards.
Can you all see now?
Yes,
Not
yes,
yet.
madam.
We can see you. We can see you, not your presentation. We can see you only. Manisha ji, hear me? Manisha ji, can you hear me? Manisha ji, can you hear me? Again disconnected.
Again.
I think she can't hear. Manisha ji? Again disconnected. No, she is in.
She can turn off her video. At least it will save some connectivity.
She can't hear us actually. Manisha ji?
Manisha ji, can you hear us?
I
Manisha
hope no. I hope she is not. She can't.
I can hear you all.
Okay.
No, I can hear you all. I can hear you all.
Thank
Okay.
All of you.
The screen has not come yet.
Can you see me?
No.
Okay.
Yes, she is there.
The screen is there.
Hello.
You all can see, but we cannot see from here. The screen.
And you're being visible, but you're constantly getting frozen.
I think we have severe connectivity. No, now we can see the screen.
Can you see
Yes.
the screen?
Yes,
Yes,
we
the
can see
screen is there.
Yeah, we have seen this, the power subsystem, this slide.
In.
Anisha ji, can you hear us? I can share the screen, and if you can hear us, I can share the screen. If it's okay with you. She's frozen again, actually. Yes, Manisha ji, we can see you. The audio is not connected yet. Yes, it is connected now.
Fine. Just a minute. So I'll just switch off my.
Seen this actually, Anisha ji. You can. I'll be able to tell you where we actually have stopped.
Fine, fine. Show me that slide and we'll continue.
Okay, so you want me to share?
Yes.
Okay, just a minute. Then let me find out. Okay, just a minute. Then let me down from the download. Let me take the file out and then. Because I could not hear you, then I was not ready by opening the. I'll take some time. Sorry again.
Okay.
Madam, it was excellent talk.
Yeah,
You can continue with your talk only. Till then, छान खूपच छान चालू आहे तुमचं भाषण एकदम जोरदार आहे.
Now the Mumbai and the Pune area there, it's having a lot of rain these days, I guess. So,
In Nagpur, there are no rains at present.
okay.
No, ma'am. Actually, I'm in Yavatmal right now, and it's raining very heavily with lightning and all.
अरे बापरे.
Power cut पण झाला मध्येच.
ऍक्च्युली सगळीचकडे चालू आहे. मध्येच थांबतो, मध्येच खूप जोरात येतो, असं सगळं सुरू आहे. प्रोजेक्ट इज व्हेरी व्हेरी नाईस. खूपच छान आहे मॅडम, खूपच छान, एकदमच जोरदार.
Just a minute, ma'am.
Sure.
My laptop here is also acting crazy. I think like it's downloaded this. Whenever you're running the Zoom meeting, something like I think it takes in a lot of RAM or something like that. And everything in the computer gets very
In worst case
slow.
scenario, what we can do is I'll run the presentation for my reference.
I have started the PowerPoint, but it's taking a long time to open somehow. My laptop has actually become old and it has started giving this kind of
Can you tell me the
RAM
slide
problem.
number till which people were able to hear me?
Number, I don't remember, but I will be able
Structure
to.
subsystem.
If you can open your slide, then I'll be able to show you.
Structure subsystem.
Yeah, structure subsystem.
With that green 3 PCBs and 4 lithium-ion batteries.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that is slide number 16 then. You may go to slide number 16.
Yeah, I'm trying to. This is kind of.
It's written on the bottom right.
What? Yes, I'm trying to open it actually in my.
This slide number is written on the bottom right.
Yes, Dimira, thank you very much. I'm trying to open it. It's just taking too long time to open. That's it. It is opening finally. It's really taking a long time these days. My laptop, I don't understand why. Particularly with the Zoom, let me just turn off my video. Sorry for all these interruptions. I guess CST ground station we have not seen. We have seen to the slide number 21. So I'll go
Okay, fine.
slide number 21, 16
Huh.
of error. And yeah, right now it's open. Just a minute. I told you it's taking a long time. But if you can see now, can you see?
Oh, madam.
Has it come? The presentation?
Yes.
Okay. I'll do full screen. So now Manisha ji, you can
Okay.
continue. Yeah.
Huh. I'll start. Can you all hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay. So communication subsystem is the payload. 16-bit forward error correction we have used. We have used digital as well as analog communication. Analog communication was used for health parameter data. That means in the satellite at 9 different places, temperature and other data was recorded using sensors, and that data was transmitted through beacon. Digital communication was point-to-point communication, which was a communication packet sent by ground station A to ground station B. So first it will be received by Swayam. It will store that package in its memory. When it moves and comes over B ground station should initiate a communication and ask something like, do I have any communication from anyone? Then the satellite will deliver the packet and the communication subsystem work. Hello. Next slide.
Yes. Has it gone to next slide?
There is a picture of CSAT ground station.
Yes, yes. This is like it's very getting slow actually.
Yeah. Fine. So I'll start. A ground station requires 2 segments. One is the antenna. Antenna is a body which receives and sends electronic signals. And those signals need to be processed at the ground station. So at ground station, you will see a series of computers, network analyzers, and electronic instruments. Those instruments are used for processing the data received into information which we require. This is the function of ground station. Then the type of signal which we get is a beacon. Beacon is like a dit or da like signal. This signal means the parameters on board are transmitted through digital data. Then we can go to digital data and decode the data. It's not moving ahead, ma'am.
Okay.
Directly, you may go to slide number 24.
24
Slide
beacon.
number
Yes.
24 shows beacon map. Beacon map means here you will see picture of globe with blue dots. These blue dots are places of space laboratories with which Swayam could communicate. If you get to see that picture, you'll see that 4 laboratories are in America, 6 are in Europe, 4 are in India, 2 are in Indonesia, 1 is in Australia. So we can say that all around the globe, the signal has reached. Then next 2-3 pictures are our different student teams with management.
But I'm
And
not doing it.
picture number 27. These are the student groups who were working. Go to next.
Is it coming now? Okay.
Yes, yes.
One
That's
student group is seen.
Sorry, I will go to the first a few slides before to show the everyone the
27. Right now we are on
you're talking
slide.
about. This is the map.
Yes, beacon map.
And
You
now I'll
can
go to
see the blue dots where communication happened with Swayam. These are the student teams. You may go ahead. This is the beacon map. Student team, go to next. You may skip one picture. Okay, go to next. After the launch was successful, we got a chance to meet with Modi ji. And I'm so surprised that he knew all the details of mission, when it started and all. Such a great personality, keeping account of all small things. Go ahead. Next slide, please. So, what was my role in this entire mission? Identify potential of great idea, help build on the idea to a project proposal, act as a bridge between students and management and other financial institutions. We required 8 years period, and in that period 35 lakh was the total cost of satellite, along with all student visits to Bangalore and all. So all this was done by College of Engineering, Pune. So for that also it was required. Then facilitate communication with subject experts from ISRO, VSSC, IITs, IUCA, and many more, TIFR Bombay. Formalize a team structure and be a part of selection and induction process every year. Discipline the students to maintain perfect documentation, time to time evaluation of the progress. Every 3 months, we will have complete subsystem review, which would go for more than 3 to 4 hours. And then we used to decide the target for next 3 months. So like that, continuity was maintained. Be the change and keep the students motivated. Next is CSAT 2. After first mission, the next mission was decided again by the student team, and it was orbit raising using solar sail. Solar sail is kind of a big kite. What you can see on your screen is a big kite. This is 40 square meters. 40 square meters is a big sail sailing in the sky. So this is going to use Seebeck effect. One side of this sail is coated with metal and the other is coated with polymer. Polymer is non-conducting, so the temperature would be low. Other side, where metal coated mylar is there, the side will get heated. And whenever we get temperature difference of about 4 degrees in the underside and the sun side, the kite or the sail and the satellite will ascend 3 to 4 kilometers in one day. Otherwise, chemical thrusters are required, and these chemical thrusters are like small bombs. They explode in space and take the satellite up, because of which a lot of pollution happens in space, and that's why it is not advisable to have this chemical thrusters. So what the kind of sails we are developing
Again, disturbance is coming.
Yes, we cannot hear
will
her.
not require any power space and still at a guide the satellites up and down.
So this is the last slide, Manisha ji. Slide
Yeah,
number
yeah.
30.
This is the last slide.
Yeah, sequence of events. Yeah.
Huh. So this will be the launch of that satellite. First antenna deployment will take place, then solar panel deployment will take, then the sail will unfold, and this will be the entire cross section of satellite, which will move into or glide into space. So thank you for your patient listening.
Thank you. Should I stop sharing or should
Yes,
I?
yes, you may stop sharing.
Okay, thank you. And now I'd request our students to ask questions. I know you didn't understand many things, and that is normal. Actually, we also didn't understand many things. I have a few questions, but let's give chance to our Vijnanika Shakti members, because for them actually we wanted this to organize. So children, you have any questions? You want to ask anything to ma'am?
First, Anuja ma'am, you ask the questions. So from your question, children can understand more. In my childhood, when one professor is asking another professor any question, I could understand so many things from their question and answer. So first, your turn. You please ask the questions.
Okay, first of all, congratulations, Manisha ji. It was a very nice talk. And really, it's fascinating that how this kind of initiatives, so such hard work is there in building such a satellite, which is now kind of running. I have a few very basic questions. I know, like probably I have missed somewhere to listen. Is that actually what kind of data it is giving us to each? I mean, giving.
See, any data which is given from one ground station to other ground station. Like if I want to tell you, you are on one ground station, I want to tell you that your dress is very nice. That kind of data also I can send electronically to Swayam and it will be delivered to you. So any up to 512 KB data can be sent.
Okay. So it cannot really take high pixel pictures and so on.
No. It is not meant for that. It is only having limited data size, because we had about 2 GB memory card.
Okay.
So only that much data could be stored throughout one day.
Okay, throughout one day. And how it erases by itself the data? Let's say everyday data it collects.
Once a packet is delivered, automatically it gets erased.
Okay. So every day it starts from it reboots itself and then starts again.
Boot itself and start again.
Okay. And another thing that you were using the lithium-ion batteries. So those are those CRC ones, LR CRC ones that you're using. The tablet, like what we say is the pencil
or the button
tablet
cells.
battery.
These are not button cells. These are the cells like your pencil cells.
Okay. So how much lifetime it has? Like this satellite will run for how many?
Actually, the satellite can run for about 10 years.
Okay. And then after 10 years, how are you planning to bring it back? Any plan for?
No, we will not bring it back because it cannot be brought back. You have to just kill all the electronics on board by computer program, which is kill sequence. It takes about 8 days to put all the systems to sleep, I'll say.
Okay, but what about all the hardwares? Because it's what is the size of
it? It will keep moving as space debris.
Okay.
Now it has made It has been made compulsory that all the satellites you have to either burn off or you bring it to a height where they will burn off by themselves.
Right. So, but it will just remain as a space debris.
Huh.
You're not bringing it back anyways.
No, we cannot bring it back. That kind of programming is not there.
Right. Okay. So I think these are the very basic questions I had. And regarding the subsystems, the structure, it is a very complicated. I'm not an engineer. I tried hard to understand each and every bit. But children actually are smarter than us, so they catch many different things than us. So I am just telling the children, if you have any basic questions about the satellite operation or anything, please ask, ma'am, if you have.
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, sure.
Ma'am, my question is that what is a map beacon?
See, beacon map is when satellite communicates with a ground station, with COEP ground station, with different locations on Earth. So that beacon map, you will see blue dots. These are the space stations situated in different continents or countries with whom Swayam could communicate. Could send communication to.
That's called beacon.
Can I make a question?
Yes,
Yes, Champa ma'am, please go ahead.
Yes. So Manisha ji, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your excellent presentation. It's a very new experience for us, for a very lay person like us. I have a very, very, very naive question. Don't laugh at it. Please.
No.
So you said that after serving for few years or so, the satellite will automatically die, isn't it?
Yes.
So my question is that whether it can be extended for some other purpose, or these hardwares can be converted to
very
some
good question, I'll
advanced.
say. See, the satellite kills itself by a specific computer program, which we call as kill sequence. Before actually putting the satellite off, it asks you for 8 days. Do you want to extend your life? Do you want some other mission to be done with this? If you say 7 times that I don't want to use the satellite, then only it kills itself.
Oh,
otherwise its life can be extended.
Okay. But it can be used for some other purpose.
It can be
or some...
Yes. It can be used only for a purpose which can be supported by the satellite system.
Yes. Some prediction.
If it is communication satellite, it will support communication only.
And a prediction of environment or climate or something. Can it be?
It can be used, but it will not understand by itself what information it is delivering about the data. It will collect it from one ground station, give it to other ground station. And so actually one of the mission was, if there are any small ships which are wavered into sea, or they are caught in some storm, and they want to give a signal that I am stranded here, come and rescue me. That kind of thing can also be done, that because it uses ham frequency. The small ships also have a ham radio through which they can communicate with the satellite, and then their rescue can be arranged.
Oh, in the SOS data, it can deliver from.
Because it will give its location, that at this particular thing I am stranded, and then rescue can be arranged for that ship.
But if you don't shut it off, like and it dies by itself in its time, so what is the lifetime of the satellite? It's a 10 years.
Actually, we do not know how long it will work, because it is a completely autonomous system, so it should keep on working.
Okay.
It has power generation. Unless any of the electronic system fails,
Right. So
then it will stop working. Otherwise, it will go on working.
and it
Only
has
thing is, by rules of IARU, we have to release the frequency which is allocated to us. So for that, we have to kill the satellite and free the frequency.
And one more questions, maybe if I'm allowed to ask, because I'm asking all the questions, is that for your next mission, you are trying to get the power by the thermoelectric generators for the
Yeah,
Sudekia.
right. Yes.
But why are you not relying on the solar cells? Because you are planning
They
to
are
send
there.
far away.
Ulta, we had 12 solar cells only. In the new thing, there will be 36 solar cells.
Okay.
Solar cell is for running the satellite. And this SAIL cell, the kite thing which is there, which is using the thermoelectric, that is for upward movement of the satellite.
Okay, so it's just for giving the thrust.
Thrust.
Okay. So so you are trying to send it at different levels at different times, then rapidly according to your need you are going to keep it at some level, and then if needed
No. We cannot change the speed or control it from ground. Once it is launched, it is a completely independent system. It will move at its own pace and which will remain constant. What we are doing is charge particle monitoring is the payload. So as it is gliding upwards in that particular altitude strata, means if it is launched at 700 kilometers, from 700 till 1200, the entire cross section, it will scan for charged particles.
Okay.
And then daily, when it comes over COEP ground station, the data will be delivered.
Okay.
Of the charge particle counts.
But any special mission you want to send it for sending any particular data?
See, right now, this solar sailing, SAIL, sailing is not very good, very well established. And that's why if in space from point A to point B, we have to send the satellite, chemical thrusters are used. They are small explosion bombs. And then because of that, lot of pollution is happening in space. So this gliding does not require any external thruster. So this will be, the entire cross section will be sailing smoothly without power consumption.
Right. Now we have a Vijnanika Shakti child, Dhanishtha. Dhanishtha, you introduce yourself and also ask questions. You have to ask questions, okay?
Okay, ma'am. I am Dhanishtha Mitra. The name of my school is Vishik Shaitan School, and I am from class 5.
Okay. What question you have, Dhanishtha?
What is your question?
Ma'am, will the satellite be controlled by ISRO?
No, nobody can control the satellite once it's launched. Its launch means it is on its own. We can only monitor where it is. We cannot control its movement.
No, what I understand what Dhanishtha meant is, like, I wrote about that it will be released by or launched by ISRO. So when you want to launch it, you have to do it with ISRO.
Launch will be done by ISRO.
It will be launched by, because the launching pads actually ISRO has, so Manisha ma'am will take help of ISRO to launch this. But then the controlling the satellite will be by it is self-controlled satellite. It doesn't need controlling. It's an automatic satellite.
Okay, ma'am.
Manisha ma'am, I just want to ask you a little different. How you choose the students? Who can do this? What is the procedure to take those students?
What we did actually was, I was in charge of astronomy club. So we informal discussions used to take place. हम क्या कर सकते हैं, नए projects क्या कर सकते हैं. Then the idea came that we would like to build a satellite, and when they first of all, nobody could believe that we can make a satellite. Once the work began, then I said, see, no one can build a satellite alone, so we would require a very big team, interdisciplinary. So each one of you should put in whatever contribution you can make, and then we integrate all the efforts, and finally the satellite will be ready. In your lifetime, you may be able to see that it is flying, or you may not be able to see. But we will make a group, and every year when new students start building on the work which you have put in, finally one day it will flow.
Wow.
So it is very fascinating.
When the launching was done, all the students were there who started.
Yeah, actually 2 or 3 of our students were doing MS in US. They came to see the launch.
Wow.
That we want to be a part. And I, along with 2 students and my director, 4 of us got a chance to go to Sriharikota and actually see the launch from there. So it was, I think, a moment which I cannot forget in my entire life.
What lucky you are, naturally. It's a real experience. So do you have...
Madam, you did the work which is very, very, we must be proud of. All of our Indians must be proud of that. We can just actually build a satellite and can send it, and it is working. It's a very great moment for all of us. Yeah. Manisha madam, you need to be congratulated. Hope congratulations, Namala.
Thank you so much.
Great contribution towards science. Naturally, for so many years, you have to exert. And then put off.
But I also had a lot of passion for the work, so I could do it. Otherwise, it is difficult to sustain for that much time.
To carry on. This is a totally new idea, and then you have to pursue that. And again, that is the name Swayam. It is also a very nice name. That project is really very, very adorable.
Yes. So do you do workshop for like older children, not like so small children, like maybe class 11, 12 or 10, 9, 10 for making small subsystems like that, so that they can have also...
No, actually, I don't do that now. But in Pune, we have Bhavishika is a group. They are certified. They are certified by ISRO to run such projects, which are 1 year, 2 year long projects, in which students make payloads.
You mean school students can...
School students, like engineering students, not school students.
Okay.
But
school students,
at least
like
you can start with 9th or 10th,
they don't have
9th,
this
10th,
kind
11th.
of... Okay.
Yes.
Because I'm always thinking about like our science club children, if they can take part, if they work, then I could have...
Students should have that much capacity to understand
Definitely.
Physics
Aviation. And electronics, actually.
Physics and electronics.
Yes, obviously. Mostly the electronics, I think it's that they need to understand.
And computer programming also. Many things are controlled by computers. So computer programming bhi aana chahiye bachcho ko.
Definitely. And it's not like computer gaming. It's a full-fledged computer programmer, like engineer kind of capacity. So thank you very much.
One thing, Monisha ji, can I ask you another question? I don't know whether you have mentioned in your lecture, because for some time I was disconnected due to bad network. Can I ask you how much cost it is involved?
Total cost of the satellite was 35 lakh, but that cost was including all the students' stays and travels and food, everything. Because when students made the final fabrication and in between stages when they had to go for testing at Bangalore, we paid their travel, living and food. Everything included, it was about 35 lakh.
Okay.
35 lakhs is very cheap in that sense.
Yes, yes.
But now if we want to build the satellite,
it is nothing.
then we know all the component cost and all, it will be built in 10 lakh.
Yeah. Good. So now you're coming
What
at
is the size of the satellite, madam?
It was like a chalk box size, 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter by 11.3 centimeter.
Okay.
Oh.
So that was a very big challenge, that you have to confine all your subsystems in that space.
Still it is working like that.
Still it is working.
Yes.
So anyone else have any question?
It's a fascinating this. I want to say, expressing this thank you. I am a biologist, so I have little understanding, but the overall concept is very nice, and it's much more fascinating that we have seen in but we can see you, that someone, a person from whom we can learn these things. That it is doable by the students project, and you made this. So this is very inspiring to us. Definitely for the students also.
Yes.
And Shakti is making that. That's the most important point. खूपच छान project, madam. खूप सुंदर.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we are almost in the end, and thanks for sharing such a great knowledge with us. And we hope that your next project flies off with all the wings. And what is the launch date you have? I mean, you have started building.
No, it will take at least another 2.5 years.
2.5 years. So about like 2025.
Yeah.
Hoping that it will fly off, and then we will probably
again hear from you. Yeah. Again, we will hear from you.
Sure.
And that probably will not be online. We want to hear that in a big platform.
Physically, yeah.
And I'd now like to request Shampa ma'am actually to give vote of thanks. Shampa ma'am is currently president of Kolkata Nivedita Shakti, and she is also advisor, scientific advisor, head of this Vijnanika Shakti club. So she's the right person to give vote of thanks. And Shampa ma'am.
And she is the scientist.
Yes, of course. As a scientist, she's the.
I am a plant molecular biologist, so I have very little concept about your program. But I totally enjoyed your achievement and everything to see. Congratulations, madam. Thank you very much. You joined us. You presented before our little children club members of this Vijnanika Shakti. It's they are privileged to hear from you. So it's very good. And also we congratulate you, and also best of luck for your next endeavor.
Thank you
very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. And Anuja, for organizing all these arrangement, to giving us the opportunity to hear from Manisha ma'am. Thank you very much, Anuja. And Rita ma'am, you are the driving force of this club. So I must give thanks to Rita ma'am also for taking the initiative for keeping it in YouTube and recording it in so that we can hear it in the future also. So thank you very much. Thanks all the children who participated here. So I think they are all very motivated, and they are very inspired from your dedication and motivation of the program. Thank you very much.
And thanks to all the Shakti members from different units. You have come and you enjoyed with us. That is like Arati Chauji, I can see. I have seen some others also. They left maybe. Thanks to all Shakti members also.
Thank you, Rita ji.